All right, welcome everyone to another edition of G.T.E Pro Network Podcast. I'm your host Ed Peterson. Today's date, ladies and gentlemen, is February the 21st, 2025. Well, we have some more topics to talk about today, and I'm going to be sharing some things that's going to be beneficial for all entrepreneurs and startup companies across the country. Well, we talk about a lot of various things that we want to do as far as growth is concerned, marketing campaigns that we need to run, putting our businesses on track for growth. And a lot of times we miss out on a lot of the opportunities because we forget that this is done consistently, in season, out of season. And no matter where we are in the country, you want to make sure that you're building your network, your business on a regular, consistent basis. Having a great website, an interactive website, is key. And what I'm talking about as a web designer is to assist everybody who have a website but don't know quite how to utilize the website, how to get the impact that they want from their website, and basically looking at ways to just drive traffic to the website. And we have a lot of connections and a lot of links and hyperlinks and a lot of different things that we can use to build that up. But more importantly, it's all about your effect, your personal effect of the website that was designed for you. If you don't put your own personal effects into it, then people may not know exactly what it is you're actually looking at or doing, or who you are, basically. You can add videos, you can add images, you can add contact information, emails, and all of the above things, social media links and clicks and all of that. Google Ads. For advertising, you can also add that to your website as well. Google Ads is one of the cool things you can do. Yelp as well is another one that you can utilize as well. But the goal is feedback from your customers. If you have an e-commerce site or service site, if you're a product or service or both business, then you want to basically rotate most popular what is good on the website for people to see. Making sure that you have a good system in place, which saves yourself time, energy, and money. So that way that when people go to the website, you guide them as to which way you want them to go and what you want them to do. A lot of times we forget that part, that we have to guide the people to that effect. And you know what's most popular? You got companies out there on the e-commerce side just blowing it up today because a lot of people are more convenient now. Since the pandemic in 2020, everything has shifted. So a lot of that shift is continuing to now through 2025. And so if you're not aware about the shift and understanding the shift that has taken place in our country, then you're going to miss out on a lot of golden opportunities. And because of that, a lot of people are now, you see now you got order to ship or ship to order. But back in the day, they had catalog orders back then. And they used to do all that back in the 70s and 80s and 90s. And, here we are in the 2000s, 2025. Everybody's asking, well, what is all that? So today you have to really look at drop shipping. If you're looking at ordering, people that's placing orders on your website, and make sure that it's interactive enough where you can engage them and get the feedback from them from the purchase. Now, automation is another system that we have in place for your website that you can also utilize. And automation gives automatic feedback to people who fill out a form on your website and who does a lot of clicks and all of that. And so any inquiries or any purchases that's made off your website, there's an automated response that goes back to them via email. And also, too, you can do it SMS, text messaging, too, as well, thanking them for that. So we're more ready response key fact right now on everything that we do today. And so when you look at maximizing your online presence, putting your website on blast and on steroids where you got a consistent system in place where people are automatically going there, no matter where you are, and you post on social media, whether you're on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, or whatever, and, Instagram and all that. So you want to kind of put together a system that makes it more easy and user friendly, because a lot of people are not tech savvy. Of course, we know that. But we want to kind of put together something in a systematic way that's going to be easy and convenient for your end users. And so what I want to share with you today as a reference going to be the importance of future-ready websites. And if you haven't updated your website in a while and it's been a minute and you still got the old outdated stuff that's on there, you need to clean up. This is spring cleaning time now, ladies and gentlemen, 2025. We're in the month of February heading to March. March Madness, for those who think it's just for basketball purposes, no. On the marketing campaigns that's being run, guerrilla marketing and all of that, March Madness is one of the most key factors as we continue to complete the first quarter of the new year. This sets the tone, ladies and gentlemen, for the rest of your year. So that way, if you do well in the first quarter, you're going to do well as you continue on throughout the rest of the quarters. There's 4 quarters in a year. So you want to put together a system in place, again, which save yourself time, energy, and money, that's going to benefit you in reference to your growth. How do you build your websites? How does a website look? Is it user friendly? Is it where they can click and buy, or is it something where they can say, well, I'll get information if you want to give them information to something, if you're educating them. And always education is key, ladies and gentlemen, in reference to your business, understanding the products and services that you're providing in the marketplace, and letting them know what is it that you're going to do, that you're doing in the community where you are. And with that, understanding the 5 P's of marketing. It's all about the people, the product, the price, the place, and the promotion. The more we stay focused on that, ladies and gentlemen, the stronger we get, the better we are, and the more we come out. But in the competitive online world, a lot of people are not being visible or seen or shown on the websites. And everybody think you have to have a great website where you have all the bells and whistles. And today you really don't have to have all that. So my suggestion to everybody is to make sure that it's clean, it's professional looking, and it means that you're in business for the long haul. If you have a business email account, you want to have that. All that at Gmail or at Yahoo, no. A business email is what your company needs. I say this and stress this all the time, but all my startup companies and all for those who are starting a business online and wanting to get information about it, you need to be understanding what's important and what's relevant today that's going to add to your growth. And of course, we always have to put money into our business because in order to make money, you need to put money into the business as well. So here's the thing that you want to put together. When it comes to the trends, the technologies, what's available today, and everybody, if you have an event that you're hosting or if you're going into any community events that's happening, showcasing your business, you want to give out your website, and you want to make sure you have everything impactful for the meaning of what your website says. Well, we're talking about ensuring mobile-first designs because most everybody's using their cell phone today. Understanding the changes in online landscape in 2025. What we did last year in 2024 was more growth to that effect, but here now in 2025, it's just added a little bit more. And so we want to reach more people in a timely manner and making sure that we give out the information, that the information is ready for them to digest. And once they get the information and they understand exactly what it is you're doing in the marketplace, what location you're representing in the local community where you are. And that's the cool thing about this is that you don't have to travel a whole lot to reach people. If they can go to your website and they see what they like, it's presentable, and it's easy for them to purchase, then that's what you want them to do. Making sure that your website is secure. Well, you have to today because of the security breaches that's been going on. So that way you make sure your site is solid, secure, and making sure that if anybody using their debit or credit card on your website, that it's secure and safe enough, but has layers of protection. And when designers put it together for e-commerce sites, they'll also go over that information with you as a business owner. And so when you look at your online business, notice it's open 24/7. It doesn't shut down. It's up and running. And so you want to put in the time to make sure that your website is consistent content-wise. What is your content says? On social media, what is your content? Is it consistent with what the website is saying? Make sure that there is no inconsistencies when it comes to your messaging of your business online. That is critically important. So ensuring mobile first designs, because people use cell phones like a clockwork on a regular basis, and we go on to make purchases on our phones, our tablets, and you want to make sure that you have everything ready and it looks presentable so that way people can get the information and purchase right away. You don't want to miss out on that. Mobile web design or mobile sites are key. And some companies now have apps, which is part of the app world, so that way people can purchase directly through the app. If you're fortunate enough to make that and get that fortune and get an app going for your company, you're doing well. Apps is very popular today. I can download it through my iPhone, and then you got the Google Play for Android users. You got Google Play, and and then you got the App Store for Apple. So when you look at these apps, excuse me, when you look at these apps, you want to kind of look at what's consistent, what inventory you want to have for the most popular or the most purchased items. You want to put that in the forefront. Now, we should be rotating our items through our inventory as the times change. Just like if you had a brick and mortar location in a retail store, when we do an inventory, we want to take note as to what was actually, keep track of what was properly sold and what wasn't. And then what was it that the consumers didn't like about it, and why was the purchases made for this particular item? Well, again, we're here to satisfy three things in the marketplace. And make sure you take note of this. We're only here to satisfy three things in the marketplace: what people want, need, and can afford. If you satisfy these three things, ladies and gentlemen, you can be successful. So what people want, need, and can afford. And if you look at the notice, I said want first, then come the need, then come the third thing, and affordable. This has to be affordable. So when you look at your opportunities and your competitors, what's being charged, what's the rates, how much, shipping, all of that, you have to make sure that you have a great understanding of your rotation of inventory, as well as your price point for each item being sold online. What your cost is going to be and how much profits are you making out of this item per item. So if you look at the logistics of it, it's going to give you some insights so that way you can understand what's important for you as a business owner, and then to your end user, your consumers. What incentives are you giving? What promotions are you running? Again, understand the 5 P's of marketing: people, product, price, place, and the promotion. Your promotion's got to be consistent, whether you do it on social media, as well as on your website, as well as on, if you go through the Google Ads or anything like that, you can basically promote your business options there. What items are being sold, and then also getting feedback from those purchases that's being made on your website online. That's critically important. One thing that's noted, ladies and gentlemen, is that you have a database. Your website can tracks and keeps up with everything that's being filled out on the line in the back office of your website. So now it's a database. It keeps track of all of that information, purchases, and all of the above. Your goal is to measure that and see what's important on that level. Utilizing the WIN formula, what's important now. And because of the fact that a lot of businesses don't do this on a consistent basis, then they ask questions, well, Ed, what do we have to do to get to this point, and how do I track all of that? Well, in your back office of your website is there. And also it does analytics too, as well as automation, depending on what builder you're using, what site company you go with. Now, if they're sharing all this detailed information with you, you're in good standings. If they're not, and you kind of unsure about what's happening, and you're not aware of what capabilities you have, then you're going to be crippling your business on the levels online, and you don't want to do that. So let's look at this. When you talk about growth, mobile websites are very popular today. Again, because 95% we use our cell phones like clockwork, and the other 5% we do on tablets and laptops and desktop computers when we chill it or when we at home, or But when you're out and about and you need to find something and you need to purchase something, then you're going to go there on your mobile phone and do that. So again, that's critical. If you have a great looking mobile page where people can go and click and purchase, you're in good standings. Now, also too, the second thing you want to do is update your SEO strategy. What does SEO stands for? Search engine optimization. So your SEOs is going to be critical through the search engines because one, your AdWords and keywords and your information about your company must be detailed in fashion. There's no such thing as too much of it. You can do as much as you want based on your industry, based on the growth of your industry, and based on what you're selling currently today online. And as an online business owner, such as myself, I provide a service, web design and marketing, with Global Touch Enterprise. That's what our G.T.E stands for, Global Touch Enterprise. And when you get a chance to look at my company, my business, you'll see exactly what I do. And with the search engines, that gives us an opportunity for people that are searching for particular topics, web design, marketing, or anything like that, graphic design, logo design, flyers, digital flyers, then printing, all of that comes up under that umbrella. So you want to make sure your words are strategic in a way that's going to capture the users, meaning that you got to use catchphrases, some words that's going to be added to the list that you normally wouldn't put there. But because you're capturing the audience and it fits into your section of your company and what your business is about, then that's what you want to do. And you want to make sure that you have all of that information detailed. The designer who put it all together should also offer that service to you as well. That's a critically important SEOs, search engine optimization, search engine submissions, AdWords and keywords on social media, as well as on the search engines that you're going to look at. You got Yahoo, Bing, and then of course Google. So when you look at the big three, Google, Yahoo, and Bing, you want to be on all three of those platforms when it comes to searching for particular information about your company. And if you look at how it's done today, and yes, Google Ads and all these search engine companies are charging a whopping $500 plus a month for the advertising done through them. But it keeps track of everything. And you can do the pay-per-click thing. That's what most businesses are doing, pay-per-click to get the traffic going, to get people making calls, to get people going to the website, people actually inquiring, and then also making purchases. If they see something that's capturing their eye and they like it and the price is right, then they'll go ahead and purchase without even going any further. So that's what you want, consistency on that level. But you have to, again, strategically set the tone for the way you want your business to run. Online, it's not as easy as most people think. It takes some due diligence and some homework and some research, and to make sure that what you're selling is relevant today. And because one in and out, season comes and season goes. 1 minute this could be hot, next minute it's not. So you have to find out what's important when it comes to that, so that way you can continue to grow your business consistently on a regular and daily basis. And that's why the marketing has to be done daily. Your submission has to be done daily for AdWords and keywords. And then also too daily, you have to make sure you're representing your company by showcasing it and getting out there. You can never have too much exposure. I don't know why people don't believe that, but you You can never have too much exposure. You must continue to grow your business daily because, again, your goal as a business owner is to generate income multiple levels, multiple ways off your website, whether it's daily, weekly, and monthly. And so you want to kind of put together a system where people are going on your website, looking at this product and services, and seeing exactly what it is you do and what you represent. And this is for all cultures. And all this segregating to groups of people, specific groups of people, your demographics in your target market should be whatever age limit or age demographics you're reaching out to. Understanding your target market, understanding the market period. And the marketplace is vast, it's huge, it's a beast. Retail is a beast engine. Trillions of dollars being generated through that system annually every year. So your goal is to get a piece of that pie. Understanding what it takes to get some of that by generating enough out there and being out there as much as you can. Whether you're at a gas station, grocery store, whatever, restaurant, you want to let it be known, let it be shown, let people know, go tell it. Word of mouth advertising still works today, ladies and gentlemen. But don't believe the hype. If you know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody, then they'll go tell it, and guess what? They'll come to your site, and guess what? Make the purchases. So you want to prioritize your website security as a e-commerce site. Cyber threats are real. They're out there. So you want to make sure that that's a priority. And then also focusing on user experience, what I call the UX effect. And user experience is basically what's going to keep your site live, hot, and interactive. When you're building an interactive website, that's what we want. We were looking on user experience, focusing on that. How is this end user, this customer on the outside going to look and view my site, and how easy it is for them to make a purchase, a comment, or if I'm sending out information, how easy it is for them to get the information that I want to share with them. And so when you got all that down in informational piece, now you got something going strong enough where people can go to it on a regular basis and interact with you. And again, automation, the feedback that you get from them is going to be critically key to your success. Because the more feedback you get, the better you come out. Now you got an engine going where it's running consistently because people are making comments, just like on social media, comments about the product or service that you're providing them. And then they'll be sharing it with others, and you can use that as testimonials that you can put on there and post on there and let people know that this is the 5 stars that I've gotten from this particular end user, and they really enjoyed the product. And you want to thank them for the purchase, and you want to also give them some incentives to share more with people that they know about their experience on your website that they can share with their people. And so when you get a chance to go out there and look at your website, well, you should be one. You're a consumer yourself. But as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, we're consumers too. So when we go to our particular websites that we like to go to, what is our user experience that we get when we go to these particular spreads, our favorite sites that we like to go to and make purchases, and so forth. So you should be able to understand the feeling, the need, and also the gratification that you ordered something, you're pleased with it, it came on time, and everybody enjoyed it. And so that's what you want. So be in there, put yourself in their shoes, and look at it on their lens level. That way you can understand exactly as a business owner that this is what it'll take to get to the next level. So you have to be on that mindset. You have to have that kind of mindset. So we're talking about integrating artificial intelligence or AI. Everybody's asked me the question about it. Well, that's an existential question, but one thing I can say about it is that if it's used properly, it's good. All technology, ladies and gentlemen, can be bad if it's done bad. Okay? So when you look at all of the technology that's been created in this country alone, And we have all of the manufacturers here, majority of them, and we look at all of the things that could have happened. I mean, it's just one of those things. So AI is a tool. It's a concept to basically make things a little simpler, a little easier. But don't get it twisted. You don't be lazy in your thinking, and don't be lazy in your creativity, and don't be lazy in your way of communicating to people the way you want to be communicated, coming from the heart. We are human beings. We're not machines. We are in this on this planet to serve a purpose, a goal, and an end result. And so our mission on this planet is to serve. As servant leaders, that's what we do. We're here to serve the general public in business to make sure that we can make their lives a little easier, a little lighter, and that they can take their minds off of whatever stresses that they may have. Again, we're not machines. So pressure does bust a pipe. And you want to get down those stress levels by joining and assisting people where they are. No matter what culture you're dealing with, we're all human. And we all make mistakes, and we all say things, and we all do things. So it's just one of those things that we just got to get back to basics when it comes to designing and building and growing in our community where we are. And so AI on the level is just a way to just be more creative in a way that you can utilize it if you have multiple projects that you're trying to complete. And it's a good way to help you, kind of guide you so you know exactly how to. And for those who are good multitaskers, great. For those who are not, this could be a benefit for you. And that's just my take on it. So when you look at the other thing that you can be doing, keeping up with emerging web technologies is key. I say this all the time. I've been doing web design and marketing since 2008. So if you look at it now, ladies and gentlemen, for the past 17 years, I've been doing websites. And, and it has changed from the beginning to now. We own Web 3.0. Everything is being decentralized now. You can make money on your website and your domain name on the blockchain. And so there's a lot of opportunities here of growth that a lot of people don't see, and a lot of updates done. Because before we couldn't do videos on a website, we can barely do pictures on a website back then. But now you can do all of the above. Social media wasn't even a thing, a big thing as it is today. Even email marketing wasn't added to the list. Automation wasn't added to the list until now. So a lot of opportunities as it continue to grow in this $1 billion industry. Web design and marketing is $1 billion industry. And you want to look at where do I fit, where do I go to represent my company, my brand. If you have a brick and mortar location and don't have a website, you're behind the eight ball. You're behind the times too, because you capture more people online than you do traffic wise. Why? They have cell phones. They can go to the website. They can click and purchase. They can do things directly right then and there without a blink of an eye, not even thinking about it. Whereas you waiting, praying, hoping that you get a lot of traffic coming through. But how are you advertising? How are you marketing your business? And again, word of mouth advertising still works. I will say that. But what about the other parts that's relevant today? As Bill Gates said, if your business is not online, you'll soon be out of business. So if you don't take the time to keep up with the emerging web technologies today, you're going to lose out and you're going to miss out on opportunities of growth. Remember, growth is continual. It's always going to continue. No matter how old we get, we're still growing, believe it or not. Our mindset, our physical bodies, the way we operate, the way we do things, our creativity, are we on a spiritual level? We're steady growing. So we want to make sure that we maximize our website speed. And what I mean by that? Well, if you want to maximize your website speed, you want to look at critical factors that's happening in 2025. A fast loading website enhances user experience, reduces bounce rates, and improve SEO and maximize website speed involves optimizing images, uh, minifying codes, and reducing server response times when it comes to your website. A lot of times we don't understand these back office things that need to be addressed. Well, if you're in a brick and mortar location and your door is not working properly and it makes a lot of noise when people open it, that causes a problem. They're like, wait a minute, this person ain't all together then. What's going on with this door? So you want everything to be in tip-top shape and relevant to what's the current today. Technologies is changing, ladies and gentlemen, faster than we can keep up with, as you know. In the wireless industry, which I'm a part of, there are no SIM cards for your cell phones anymore. It's called an eSIM or embedded SIM. The technologies are constantly growing. The photo camera with iPhones now and Apple AI technology, Google has AI technology. Since Google owns the software to all the Android devices, and now you have that. So as we remember, back then, when VCRs was a popular thing back in the day, and close CD players and all of that was big and popular back in the day, nobody's using that no more. Even the game systems for gamers, that's changed. Games, we used to have those cartridges back then when we played a game on the system, whether it's Atari or whatever. But now they don't need that. They can just download the game onto the system. Software. So everything is constantly evolving, changing, and we have to keep up with it. If you want to be relevant in the marketplace and you don't have the understanding technology, look at our government. They're way, way behind on a lot of the technologies that could make it simpler today. But again, we have to be invested in the growth thereof of ever-changing things. The pandemic, let's go back to that in 2020. Look at everybody who changed when the government was shut down, when the country was shut down, shall I say, where technology companies or tech companies had people working from home. And working from home, we call remote jobs, were very popular, still popular today. And guess what? AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile, their customer service people are working still from home to this day. Pandemic's over, but they're still working from home. So the tech companies changed the narrative because of the fact that cuts down their overhead. No office space, no overhead and all of the different things, and that's why they can pay more per hour to the customer service team or to the people versus them having to pay for all that overhead they had to back then. And everything is secure now with the technology we have, going back to tech, the technologies for them to basically have that infrastructure where they can keep track of the performance of their people working from home. Yes. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the key concept of why we need to stay relevant today as a business, as an entrepreneur, as a person in the marketplace who loves serving people as a servant leader. And regardless of what is going on, we all need to stick together. Our dollars matters to us. How we spend our dollars makes it or breaks it for us. What we do in the marketplace, what we do around each other, and how we support other businesses locally in our communities is key. Churches, nonprofit organizations as well. Giving back, continuing the mission of growth for everybody. There's growth for everybody. I say that all the time. And every time we look at it, We have to basically look at what's important now, the win formula. So embracing inclusivity and accessibility. That was a little certain to take out. But when you look at exclusivity, um, we talk about importance that is given to just the end users specifically, exclusive to them. And accessibility, easy access, where they can become a member, they can sign up, they can go online and become a member and make a purchase. You make that exclusive to them. Exclusivity is key. When you notice when websites, when they ask you to become a member or join, and you look at that and you say, well, okay. And I'm talking about retail businesses and the big box brands. They have that. Now they have you in a database. They're going to send you out information. They're going to keep you in the loop of everything that's going on with them. This is why it's important to have exclusivity, ladies and gentlemen, on your website the same way. And accessibility, giving them easy access to log in and check out what's new. You see, it's like what the millionaires do when they can go into a mall and go into a specific retail outlet and shut down the whole thing. Inclusivity, because nobody is going to be in there with them but them and the employees that's working there. I've seen it happen all the time, especially in the Galleria here in Houston. And so when you look at that, when celebrities come through, they got that accessibility. Well, you can do the same thing on your website. When people sign up, become a member, join, those are the things you want them to do. Exclusivity and accessibility. That's key factors too, especially to your consistent recurring customers that's going to continue to purchase on your website. That's where your residuals come in at. That's why you continue to have a revolving income stream on a regular, consistent basis. And that's what you want. So, consistency, updating your content. That's another tip. Consistency, updating your content means that I'm going to continue to do this regardless of what I need to do. It's important to stay consistent. It's important to keep it updated. If you have a blog, your blog should be updated weekly, regularly. It's 4 weeks in a month, sometimes 5, but every week you want to be updating that blog. If you want to, depends on how long you want that information to run. But if you have a blog on your website, that should be updated. Your content should be updated. Your inventory should be updated. Your messaging should be updated. And your promotions should be updated. What promotions you're running? There's promotions being ran in all retail outlets done weekly. Some daily, but weekly is most average. So if you're doing it consistently like that, ladies and gentlemen, now you're on the right track of growth, and then this will help you to put together a strong network so that way everybody can continue to get on your website, order and purchase, and see what else you have going on. And again, exclusivity and accessibility is also a key factor. Don't forget that. Understanding 5 P's of marketing. Don't forget that. People, product, price, place, promotion. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to leave you with this as I get ready to shut it down, that growth for everybody is growth for all end users who join and participate on your website. And this is why it's very important to keep your focus following one course until successful, so that way you don't fall behind the 8 ball of information and technology. And ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for this opportunity to share this edition of G.T.E Pro Network Podcast. I'm your host, Ed Peterson. Till next time, have a safe weekend and keep building your dream.